It is regrettable that work on the issue has nothing substantive to show, even after 4 decades. The longer, in fact, the Security Council reform is stalled, the greater its deficit in representation. And representation is an inescapable precondition for its legitimacy and effectiveness. It is high time to bring the Council in line with its charter responsibility to act on behalf of the entire membership.
I agree with you that it's a hard nut, but hard nuts can be cracked.
We all have a collective responsibility to ensure that the intergovernmental negotiations live up to their original mandate, in which real negotiations on the basis of a text will pave the way for the early reform of the Security Council, called for more than 17 years ago. The longer, in fact, the Security Council reform is stalled, the greater its deficit in representation. And representation is an inescapable precondition for its legitimacy and effectiveness. It is high time to bring the Council in line with its charter responsibility to act on behalf of the entire membership. This will not be achieved without enhancing the membership in both the categories. It is regrettable that work on the issue has nothing substantive to show, even after 4 decades. Consequently, the Council still does not reflect the current geopolitical landscape, as we all know. A diverse number of nations continue to voice their concern with the lack of openness and transparency in the intergovernmental negotiations, underlining the need for enhancing working methods. We would like to emphasize an undeniable fact that as many as 164 member states have called for a text to serve as the basis for negotiations. The very purpose of its creation 14 years ago, to launch actual negotiations, is being voided by the lack of activity, by the absence of a negotiating text, and by the unwillingness of some of them to truly engage in substantive discussion. We've thus been consistently asking for a single consolidated text and for renewed working methods so as to bring about an open, inclusive and transparent process with webcasting, with record keeping, and with the application of the rules of procedure of the General Assembly.
I agree with you that it's a hard nut, but hard nuts can be cracked. If I look back and say, well, this one is too difficult, I wouldn't be doing too much in my life. I mean, life has been a set of challenges, particularly for a country like India. So I would not let the difficulties of that challenge deter me or discourage me.